What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Tanya. How do you stay in a marriage with a husband who is a provider? He's everything a husband should be, pays all the bills, does all his husbandly duties, but he's emotionally unavailable or unintelligent?
Now, which one of y'all said cheat? Now, you know better than that. Well, let me say this. Have y'all, I have to be the first one to say, have y'all tried therapy? Let me do that first. Have you tried therapy?
It's for a friend.
Oh, you don't even know. Okay. Well, it all depends, because a lot of people that, when we talk about like being emotionally void and stuff like that, that's really subjective, because it really just depends. Like sometimes people can say a person's not showing emotions just because they're not responding the way that I want them to. So I wish we had a little more context, but it's still, he gaslighting? Lord, my God. But still, even still, you know, these are things that you knew prior to being married. Most people know that if a person has an absence when it comes to emotions or the expression or processing of emotions, that shows in the beginning. And you decided to cross over and marry that person. So it's still your responsibility now for us to go ahead and outsource. Maybe we need the therapist or something like that. And then you really need to start doing some self-evaluation as well, because like I said, some people use that terminology and really don't understand what it actually means. We're talking about a person who has a lack of expression of those emotions in certain situations, but it doesn't mean that they don't express other emotions. It's just usually the emotions that are acceptable to the other person or what they want. So if that is the case, me personally, go to therapy about it, and then also have a conversation. That's as much as I got for that one, though.
Dude, does he want to go to therapy? Yes. Oh, she said. Does he?
Baby!
Does he want to go to therapy?
It's over here!
Okay. Oh! Hey, she was like.
Wait a minute!
Does he want to go to therapy? Okay. All right.
There she go.
All right, here's the context.
Okay. Can we raise our mic too? Does he want to go to therapy?
Yes, we did therapy.
Okay, hold on 1 second. You said yes, you did therapy.
Yes.
And it's still not working.
It's not that I don't have to worry about a thing. I have a 6-bedroom house. He adopted my children. I don't want to.
He adopted your children?
Yes. I love him. I'm not, now I'm on, but it's the fact that if I'm expressing something bothering me, it would start being, well, what about when you did this? What about that? We can't come to a median, you know, and like, I'm not against him. I just want understanding.
So it sounds like he is expressive. And it sounds like he is emotional in your conversations or discussions. It sounds a little bit of what Kitty said. He's not responding in the way that you want him to respond, because he's being tit for tat with you, saying, okay, well, I'm going to deflect from the issue you're trying to address and say, what about when you did it? So it sounds more like he's deflecting and has avoidant behavior than him not being emotionally available. So let me ask you this. How would you like him to respond?
You don't have to agree. Just understand it bothered me, you know, and see exactly what my feelings are, and then just talk to my feelings and not speak against me.
Okay, and let me ask you this. In what ways do you feel like you're not being as receptive and understanding to some of the issues he may bring to the table? And I have another question. Do you feel like you show gratitude for all of what you mentioned that he does do? He's adopted your children. He's a good man. He pays the bills. He's there. He's present. Do you show him that you're grateful?
Yes, I cook 5 days a week. I do all his clothes. I work full time. I do a strip. So I still do a lot. I'm not just banking on his money. It's just I want a partner, and I'm not at war. I'm not in the military, so I would rather us come together opposed to fight against each other.
So I think one of the disconnects that people have is that they've gone through therapy before, they've had a therapist before, and they think, well, that's the end all be all because we did it already. If I walked into a hair salon and I didn't like my hair, I wouldn't say I'm never going to a hairstylist again. I'm going to find me a therapist who's an appropriate match for me. If that means I have to do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. This is my husband. This is not someone that I'm going to throw to the wayside because there is a legitimate issue, but there is room for improvement. This isn't an issue of infidelity. This isn't an issue of abuse. We can work this thing out. He is a good man as you've described it. It just requires some work. I don't want you to give up on this.
Yeah. And I want to say this, y'all can clap it up, because even in a session, the therapist is still going to have an understanding of what you need emotionally to be fed. So you're going to have to unpack that.
I'm going to say this one last thing. He feel as if I am more expressive than he is, so every therapy be on my side automatically. So
Appreciate your question. Thank you so much. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
All right. So what you got to say about this question? She asking, how can you stay in a marriage with a person who was a man that is a provider and does all the right things, but he's just emotionally unavailable / unintelligent. That was kind of wild right there. I don't know what she meant by that, but that's crazy.
I'm with Kitty. I think that they should do some counseling or something. That's what I think. Yeah, for sure. Um, that tit for tat stuff can be super annoying though. Like if you're telling someone, hey, this is what's going on. I don't like this. I don't like that, and then they do the tit for tat. Then that's dancing around the problem at hand. You know. So, ooh, maybe he. I do feel like, oh boy, her husband. He probably should. Like really listen to what his wife is saying and try to come to a meeting of the minds on it, and then vice versa. When he has a problem and he brings it to her, they can come to a meeting of the minds.
Yeah, I agree completely. Go see a therapist and work it out. Like they were saying, it ain't like nobody cheating or being abused. It's just a communication issue at the end of the day. And I don't like that she called him unintelligent. I'm sure he's a very
Well, she
smart
said
man.
emotionally unintelligent.
Well, you could use a better word, but
I feel
yeah, I'm saying. But I feel it. Yeah, just a communication issue, and he's got some things he got to work on, and I'm sure she has some stuff she got to work on too, and they can collectively communicate, work together, and get that resolved and figured out. Because it don't sound like it's that big of a deal at the end of the day to be how you stay in a marriage, blah blah blah. The tit for tat stuff will get old, but I don't think it's enough to want to leave somebody. Just go and, like they said, find multiple therapists, get in the church, do what you gotta do, pray about it, and allow Holy Spirit and everything to come in and just allow you to work those situations out so y'all can hear each other and listen and be receptive and whatnot.
Yeah. And I like that thought of always trying to meet in the middle.
I feel it.
I think that's whatever you're going through with your spouse, always try to meet each other in the middle. I think that just it works out nicely when you do that.
I feel it. And then don't underestimate the power of just prayer and just talking to the Lord. There's plenty of times where we don't agree, but if we go to each other, go to prayer, come back at the end of the day, like, you know what, you was right, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Just, seek the Lord out is what we're saying at the end of the day, because He'll lead you and guide you in the right path and help you in those situations. So that your communication ain't breaking down. There's no tit for tat. You're being heard. You're being understood. You're getting your needs met and all those different things. So don't underestimate the power of prayer and talking to the Lord, because sometimes you can get that prayer through more than what you'll be able to get to your husband or spouse because they being hard headed and ain't listening. You know what I'm saying? Just pray.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, check out stamps-tv.com if you guys haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
So much content on the website. We got Club Stamps, which is a paid membership, and we also have free videos on there as well. So go check it out.
Yep, and while you're on the site, go ahead visit that Shop Stamps Apparel tab. We got great T-shirts just like these, just in time for the spring, summertime. I know y'all been checking them out, so go ahead, get you a little something. We got T-shirts, hoodies, crew neck joggers, all different types of stuff on there. So go ahead and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. So much to offer. Shampoos, protein treatments, deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, hair grease, hair oil, whip shea butter for the body, and our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a wash and go hair system, but you can also use it for the base to your twist outs, braid outs, and perm rod sets. Okay? TheBomb.com. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And we out.
See y'all.